In a body, an animal, fat can be present in three levels, or like three structural levels: subcutaneous, intermuscular, and intramuscular. This word you need to memorize. I give some space and you have to fill it. Subcutaneous, intramuscular, and intermuscular. Which one is the easiest for removing subcutaneous? Which one is marbling fat? Intramuscular fat is marbling. Diaphragm is A, limit, B, connective tissue, D, fatty tissue, C, none of the above. Diaphragm is what? Limit, fatty tissue, or connective tissue? Let's look at the image. Where is the diaphragm? Diaphragm is actually the membrane. The membrane that separates. What is the membrane? What's that? Connective tissue. Khi một cái màng ngăn cách gì đó là nó phải đủ chắc, mà nó đủ chắc thì thường nó phải tạo từ collagen, elastin, cho nên nó là connective tissue. Cái màng mắt của mình này, cái màng mắt của mình cũng là connective tissue mà, màng mũi cũng là collagen. Okay. Can you give me some examples of connective tissue? Sinews, cartilage, teeth, and so on. Example of connective tissue. The tendon is the one that connects muscle to bone. The cartilage is the one that join between bone. Sụn, cartilage là sụn. Còn sinew tendon là gì? Là gân. Can you tell me 3 levels of connective tissue in a muscle? So you have to write endomysium, perimysium, and epimysium. And you have to know everything about it. Okay? What are the main components of connective tissue? Collagen and elastin. Can you tell me some offals? You can say the horn, the tail, stomach, skin, foot, and so on. Is that true or false to say offal are the part of the slotting we have to screw away? True or false? False. Offals here are not waste, byproducts. We can use, still use. We don't need to screw away. Like the tail we can still use. The bone we can still use. Somehow. What are the contractile proteins? Actin, myosin, and these are called myofibrillar proteins. Which one is the thick filament? Which one is the thin filament? Myosin is the thick and actin is the thin one. Okay, right. Muscle contract. Finish chapter 2. We move to chapter 3. Slaughtering steps. In here, you don't need to learn by heart, but you need to know which order is correct. I put like scanning, bleeding, evisceration. Is that correct? No. You need to bleed to bleed in the first step. And after that, you need to know the order. You need to learn by heart. In slaughtering of pigs, we use the hairy But in slaughtering cattle, we do not use the herring. We use the hiding or skinning. There are 3 methods to do. Before slaughtering, we need to handle the animals properly, because the way we treat them will influence the quality of the carcass and the meat of food. Okay? We do ante-mortem inspection first to check if the animal has some diseases which are transferable to other animals, transferable to humans. If the animal are injured, then we need to kill them ahead, something like that. So we need to do ante-mortem inspection. Stunning. Stunning means killing the animal, making the animal unconscious. Which one is correct? Animal unconscious. After stunning, what is the step that we have to follow right away? Sticking or bleeding. Okay, got to do it. If we wait for a long time, what will happen? The animal will be awake again. And we have to do stunning the second time, and now the animal will be stressed. Okay. There are 3 methods to do stunning. Electrical stunning, mechanical stunning, and gas stunning. For gas stunning, how long will it take to do? About 90 seconds. For electrical stunning, the current which is applied to different animal will be the same or will be different?
Different.
Will be different. For mechanical stunning, the position to do is the same for all animals or different for different animals?
Different.
For mechanical stunning, we normally use when the animal has thick skull ở đây. Cái xương chậu nó dày, nó chắc nó làm được. Chứ không mình thổ cái nó đứng bên trong là nó không có bị không xanh trắng không bị vậy. Okay. Easy, I guess. CO2 is heavier or lighter than oxygen? Heavier than oxygen. Sticking. When we do sticking, we withdraw 100% of the blood, 50% of the blood, 25% of the blood. Which one is correct?
50.
About 50. About 50 of the blood in the living animal will come out. The rest will stay somewhere in the internal organ. Cannot take them out 100%. Standing. Should we do a 60 degrees C, 90 degrees C, or 30 degrees C? 60 degrees C. 90 is that will we cook the animal. 30 that we just back the animal. Evisceration is the term for opening the body to take out the internal part. You have to learn by heart the word evisceration. Những cái thuật ngữ mà nó lạ lạ mà thuộc lòng biết cho nó được nha. Tôi hỏi mà đi mà mổ một con heo lấy nội tạng bên trong ra đưa gọi là phải biết cái đó là gì? Evisceration. Carcass dressing is actually to remove the unnice part, not to wear clothes to the animal. Post-mortem inspection is carried out by what? Meat inspector, the veterinary doctor. These people work for the government, not for the slaughterhouse. Okay? Refrigeration. After slaughtering, should we chew the meat as soon as possible? Huh? Yes and no, but here you answer no. we should use in a certain time. Like for beef, you need to wait 26 to 36 hours to go down below 7%. Okay. Here, for beef, 38 to 36 hours to lower to below 7. For pigs, 12 to 16, and then sheep and so on. Why do we need to do slowly like that? To prevent cold shortening. Okay. Like to let the meat pass through the rigor mortis first. When we chill in the carcass, we lose some water due to evaporation. When you thaw the meat, then you lose water by reflux. When you freeze the meat inside a freezing chamber, we lose water by what? Sublimation. Thăng hoa. Còn khi mà để trong tủ lạnh thì do bốc hơi. Còn khi rã đông là nhỏ giọt nước ra là reflux. The shell line beef and chicken. Beef in the entire pieces, not round beef. And rabbit. Which one has longer shell life? Huh? Beef or rabbit? Beef carcass or rabbit carcass? Why? Because for rabbit you have smaller carcass, means a bigger surface area of volume of the mouth, and you have more microbial growth. And second, because in beef you have a lot of lean meat which has carbohydrate glycogen. During storage, glycogen will be converted to lactic acid to be a drop down, and then that can preserve somehow. In rabbit you also have it, but it's not strong as in lean meat of beef. Lean beef. Okay. When we cut the carcass, we have noble cut, noble meat, and less noble. Which one is better in quality? Which one has more fat? Which one has more connective tissue? Which one has more complex structure? Which one comes from the front part of the animals? Less noble, moving part of the body. Okay. Which one has less muscle, less number of muscles? Noble or less noble? Noble. Noble has less number of muscle but big muscle. Less noble has a lot of muscle but small and complex. When you have a lot of muscle, because you have a lot of connective tissue between muscle, and this become hard task to eat. Hiểu không? Tức là khi mà nó nhiều cơ, có phần nó rất là nhiều cơ, mà cơ nhỏ thì có nghĩa thường giữa cơ là có cái màng connective tissue nhiều lắm, màng nó dai lắm. Có những cái phần mà ví dụ thịt bò mà nhiều cơ đó, em làm em nấu súp, em nấu cà ri bánh mì thì được, chứ em làm bò xào là không được, tại vì cái màng á, màng căng rất là nhiều. Cái màng con connective tissue á, cái đó là gì đó, gì cà ri gì đi xương hay gì đó nha. Ok. Okay, chapter 3. Now we go to chapter 4.